Well, you're seeing everything that I've been talking about in the last couple of weeks, and they're unprepared. The coach should have been fired weeks ago. Everybody on the team knows he's going to be fired at the end of the year. He's of no value whatsoever to the Cleveland Browns, to himself, to his wife, or his children. What do you want me to say about this? The guy knows that he's got to get a team ready to play. And, you know, and he's sitting there on the sideline, and the first offensive play, 12 men go into the huddle. What kind of horseshit is that? And he's standing there, Stefanski on the sidelines going, like, I don't know what they're doing. You're in charge. That's the look of absolute stupidity. And it was such a stupid challenge. He's a stupid man. He's a stupid little quitting man. Be done with him already. Can we? Oh, for God's sakes. Miles Harden is playing for the other team, not even trying to tackle people. I don't know what's going on. Did they give Shedeur the wrong plays? That he had to get the play removed and replaced? I mean, this, I've never in my life, honestly, seen a National Football League team get dominated in the way that this is going down. They have literally quit, and the Bears are so dismissive of the Browns that they would stop the clock with 3 seconds left in the half to try the gadget miracle play, because they have absolutely no fear that the Browns can do anything right. Miles Harden, if he goes up at the right time, intercepts that ball and maybe has a pick six, but he's Miles Harden, and he's probably working with gamblers. I mean, it doesn't make sense watching what these players are doing. They're literally not trying. What happened to the Browns defense against the rush? The answer, they've stopped trying. So realistically, if you bring Schwartz back, they've stopped trying. They don't want to hear that voice anymore. The players have had enough. They want to go home. And I want to turn it off and watch something else. Everybody just wants to go home. Except the fans in Chicago are having the time of their lives watching, the Chicago Bears basically beat John Hay High School in Cleveland. It's embarrassing, really embarrassing. And if Jimmy Haslam, I know he doesn't have any pride because he's an uneducated hick, but be what it is, if he doesn't have some feelings that it's like, why wait for the end of the season? Just fire him after the game. You got to tell this team that this effort isn't enough. You just can't just keep throwing it out week after week after week. It's getting worse and worse and worse. It's like a disease that you don't treat. It's going to get worse. It's like you start out with an infection and you end up with sepsis. This team has Stefanski sepsis. Unreal. There's nothing to analyze. Shedeur had a chance to throw the ball once and he completed it downfield for a long gain. And after that, there's nothing. Dylan Sampson's not playing. They pulled Quinshawn. There's no running game. They're so far behind in the minds of Stefanski. Never mind the fact that they had the ball on the 33-yard line, and had they not started going backwards again because the offensive line refuses to block, one lucky play that could have been 14-7 with the ball in the Browns' hands coming into the second half. But they've quit. They don't even see the possibilities of doing any better than this. Moo. Stacy, big shout out. You see, me, I had the hots for Stacy's mom. That's It's a music reference, R. Jones. I'm not hitting on your wife's mother. Yeah, the pass was a dime when he had a chance to throw one. I mean, and you know what they're going to do. 92.3 FM, you got it here, and Shadur was to blame for this. It's all his fault. I've never seen a team so absolutely unprepared in every facet of the game. They don't know who to check in. I mean, the ball was downed clearly at the 1 yard line. Stefanski challenges it for no good reason. And then they're out on the field and they're not ready to run plays. And so they get penalty after penalty. Halfway to the goal line was about that far. I mean, total, you would say implosion, but I would say guys who are not willing to play for this coach and to get hurt and to play in conditions that are unfavorable for a guy who's just fucked the team over and over and over. Yeah, it's a combination of so many things. They're running right up the gut, right up the middle. And that's the thing that makes me know they're not trying. Because last week, this is not the same strategy that was used against the Browns in the run with Pollard running for 165 yards. No. That they were doing misdirection. They were going what? They were filling in the spot where Myles Garrett was rushing. These guys are going right up the middle. Browns just have no pride. The players have no pride. They have no desire. Most of these guys shouldn't even be on the roster next year. If they're willing to shut down to this degree, they're not salvageable players. It's a huge problem. And again, if they draft a quarterback, there won't be any more of these shows. I'm not going through the other Jimmy Haslam picks a quarterback because a homeless guy told him to. I'm not going through that again. Let Sanders play and get him wide receivers and an offensive line. God only knows he doesn't have either. The offensive line, being the exclamation point, has to have people up front to block for him, as any running back does too. It is just an embarrassment. And it's like the building blocks of a football team is that offensive and defensive line. And if you don't have people blocking up there, then I don't care how good Quinshon Judkins is or how good Dylan Sampson is or how good Shadur Sanders is, then we could worry about wide receivers, but you got to have time to throw the ball. And you also have to have the ability to run the football. And the way I look at this game, the Chicago Bears came out and said, we're going to run the ball at you. We're men and you're wimps and you're going to fall to your knees and suck our dicks because that's who you are. That's what the Stefanski dick suckers, that's who you are. And that's exactly what happened. They just came out and didn't even try to throw a pass. Now, let me talk about Caleb Williams. He looks great. Every ball he's thrown damn near has been on the money. There's only been one or two passes. They've had a few drops. He has looked fantastic in this game. And I don't want to hear Mary Kay Cabbagehead saying, well, look how much better he looks than Shadur. Nobody's going to look good behind an offensive line that doesn't block. And they have every reason to win. They're 9-4, and they've been a team that has, since the Mike Ditka days, gone nowhere. And they're hungry, and you can see that hunger on the field. And that's, the OL is hard to watch. The DL is hard to watch. The secondary is hard to watch, but most hard to watch is Kevin Stefanski shaking his head like, no. And he doesn't even realize he's the cause of all this. He is the cause of the cancer that is killing this organization right now and the players losing their desire to play. It's really a shame. Browns are going to get the ball back, and it means nothing because they can't control the line of scrimmage. And if you can't block for anybody, they know what you're going to do. They're going to be turnovers, fumble recoveries. Shadur's going to get stripped and picked off. I guarantee you that Shador will commit at least 2 turnovers in this half because he wants to try to win, but he doesn't have any of the weapons and he has none of the people up front to protect him from the errors that he will end up making. And of course, then you'll read about it in the Cleveland press. So, and I was saying this, 2 weeks ago. It's obvious. It's obvious now. I mean, it was obvious to me because, again, I'm not going to get into the whole I own businesses spiel. But when you're in business and you buy businesses like I did, you bought radio stations like I did, and the people all knew that the stations were being sold months in advance, people quit. They gave up. They didn't even try anymore. The salespeople weren't even making sales calls. Nobody was paying attention to details. People weren't coming to work on time. And that's what you walk into. So you replace those people who have no character and you replace them with people with character, and you run your business in a responsible way. And in that way, people gain confidence and will give more of themselves to the company and to themselves and to you. And you got to give more to them. That's the way it works. So we're done here. But I'll be back after the game, and I'll be more than willing to share more with you. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I appreciate the numbers of viewers that we've had these last several weeks. Hey, it shows that you guys still care, even if the people playing on the field don't. Thanks a lot. I'll see you right after the game. Go Browns. Bye-bye.